Hey, how's it going, YouTube? I am back with another controller review, and for this controller review, I'm actually really excited for this controller. I really don't have much of an intro for this controller, so I'm just going to go into it. So without further ado, this is going to be an unboxing and review of the Vader 2 controller made by Flydigi. Hope you enjoy. So as you see, this is the box right here, which looks like it shows you the four programmable buttons on the back with two programmable buttons on the front, which is the Z and the C, which I'm really excited for. I'm actually really excited to open up this controller. So let's get this shiny wrapper off. This time I brought my scissors. All right, we're gonna open this. All right, so yeah, box is pretty cool. Seems packaged nicely. Seems has 4 buttons, 3-axis gyroscope, so that way you can have like the little gyro tilt controls. And this control is actually for the PC and Android, which is interesting why it has the 6-axis gyro controls on it. So let's see, let's open this up and let's see what we get. Okay, so it looks like I get something in, it looks like Chinese. Yeah, this doesn't help a lot. I don't know. And okay, so let's get the controller out. Is there anything else in here? Yes, a really long cable. Wow, I'm shocked. Like, there's really not much in this box. Comes with a USB-C cable to USB-A cable. I like that. Thank you. All right, so yeah, there's really nothing else to this controller. Oh, comes with its own dedicated dongle. I like this. Like, okay, so if a controller is like having Bluetooth connections, usually a dongle to for me, and then for all the tests I've done, it's always been better than a Bluetooth connection, so that's good. This thing is so small though, like you can lose this thing so easily. Wow. Okay, so let's put this to the side. And here we go with the controller. All right, so the controller has a nice little Xbox layout. D-pad doesn't feel bad at all. I kind of like it. It's a very soft click. The rolls of the joysticks feel really nice. Clicking the R3 and L3, they feel nice. Clicking on the buttons, it's nothing. They're good. They're nothing too crazy. And what's interesting is the Z and the C button, which are 2 programmable buttons that this thing has. So yeah, this is not bad of a controller. I'm trying to figure out what the plus and minus is for. It's interesting because there's literally no instructions except for this little pamphlet. So it's just like, what the hell do I do? And I can see that it has instructions on to download the flydigi.com app, but like it's all in Chinese. If you're gonna sell in America, you could at least give us like an English like pamphlet, but I digress. Yeah, so as far as the L and the R for this is not bad. Not bad at all. Oh, looks like it can come with a clip, so it can clip for Android. But I only got the controller by itself, so I don't have the clip. The USB-C cables plugins looks really nice. I wonder what this controller looks like when it's plugged in. How do you turn this controller on? Oh snap! This controller literally has an on and off switch. That is interesting. So it's not like hold the power button to turn it on. No, just flip the switch on. Yeah, this controller really does have interesting. Has a power switch to turn it on and off. I probably appreciate that. That's not too bad. So I do know that like this controller has like 4 back programmable buttons, and these 2 buttons are programmable. So this gives us a total of 6 programmable buttons, which is insane for a controller. But yeah, like I think I know how to get this app, so I'm gonna do is I'm gonna scan this phone and probably see if I can like hook this up to my phone or something. or see if I can find like a app on my computer, because I do want to show you this app to see if I'm able to program the controller. Because yeah, without the app, then basically these buttons won't be programmable. These buttons won't be programmable. But yeah, I think that's enough. Actually, we're gonna go to the gamepad tester. I'm gonna plug this in just to test out the joysticks to see how good they really are. And yeah, I will get back to you guys so shortly. Okay, so I'm here at a gamepad tester, and I have tested out the joysticks on this controller, and I noticed that this controller has around a 10 to 11% error rate. Now that is a little bit high compared to some of the other controls I have, but seeing where the errors are located around like the upper left, upper right, lower right, I can honestly see why it has like a little bit of a 10 or 11% error rate. But yeah, the control, it's not too bad as I thought it was, but yeah, that's a little bit high error rate compared to some other controllers I have. Well, let's get into the software and let's see what this controller is about. Okay, so I went to the flydigi.com website and I was able to find the software for this Vader 2 controller, which is Flydigi Gaming Center software, which you can download for Windows. With this software, you will have a total of 4 different profiles that you can customize the programmable buttons to make them do different inputs, or if you want to do macros. You're also able to configure the LED light, so you can change it from red, blue, orange, green, whatever color you like, and you can have it do some fun effects like breathing, for example, where it comes up and then goes away. I personally have used the LED lights to let me know what profile I'm on, so that way whenever I'm switching between the profiles, I will know like, okay, these are what my macros are kind of, or what my programmable buttons are set to and such. And also with this software, you're able to control the joystick curvature. So if you want more of an immediate response, or you want to mess around with the joystick curvature to get a quicker response or delay response, you can do that. The Vader 2 controller is also compatible with Android phones, and also has an app you can download on your Android phone that's compatible with the controller called Flydigi Game Center. By connecting your controller to your Android phone by holding the plus button and Y, they will put it into a Bluetooth setting mode where you can pair it via Bluetooth to your phone, and then open up the Flydigi Game Center app. This will allow you to update the firmware in the controller and also allow you to play Android games using the controller. This Flydigi Game Center also has another ability where it allows you to map buttons to Android games that normally don't support controllers, like Genshin Impact. So yeah, this controller is able to play Android games as well, and also has its own software that is used to map buttons to games like Genshin Impact that normally don't support controllers, which is actually really good. Okay, so now we're going to get into some of the button combinations for this controller, because this controller actually has a lot of button combinations that it does not tell you for some crazy reason. So the first thing, as you guys probably already saw, if you hold the plus and minus button, that is how you can switch between from profile to profile. Like I said, that's one of the simple things. Also, if you hold the plus sign and press A, that's actually going to set the controller to try to pair with the dongle, with a very small dongle that you saw earlier in the unpackaging video. If you hold the plus button and B, that will actually put the controller in Bluetooth mode, but it puts it in a Bluetooth mode X input mode, which I noticed. And if you are pairing with your phone, even though you can use plus and B to pair to your phone, I prefer for you to use plus and Y to pair to your phone if you're going to use an Android, because then you can take advantage of the Flydigi app and also be able to map buttons to Android games that normally don't support controller inputs. Also, while in PC mode, you can actually switch a controller from X input mode to D input mode. So whenever it's hooked up to your PC by the dongle or by the Bluetooth setting by plus and B, you can hold down hold down plus and select for 5 seconds. It will actually change the controller from an X input device to a D input device. And also during D input device, you can also hit the home button and you will be able to use the gyro sensors to move the mouse cursor around, which I noticed, but it only works in D input mode, but does not work in X input mode. So that was just something I noticed about it. And yeah, that's all the button combinations for this controller. Using this controller in PC games, overall, this controller just feels like an Xbox controller with extra buttons. At first, you may think it will feel kind of a little bit of a downgrade compared to the feel of my regular Xbox Series controller, but because of the extra buttons, you actually have a lot of functionality with this controller. The 2 front programmable buttons are really good for fighting games, while the back buttons are actually really good for competitive FPS games. And because you have 4 different profiles, you can basically customize the button layouts to fit like any needs of genres of games. And yeah, this controller is actually like really good if you are a PC player that likes to use controllers. Yeah, this controller hands down is a really good controller to use. Okay, so I've been using the Vader 2 controller for about like a month now, and I have to say I really like this controller. This controller has so much functionality that comes with this controller for PC and Android, and honestly for $65, like, you definitely get your money's worth when you buying this controller. So if I had to give this controller value between, or sorry, overall rating between 1 through 10, I'll honestly give this controller a solid 8 out of 10. For $65, again, you get a controller that has 6 programmable buttons. You also have 4 different profiles you can switch to, and also it can work on Android, and also has a special feature on Android with the software that will allow it to be able to map all the buttons on games that normally don't have controller support on Android. So yeah, this Vader 2 controller is really a great price. And also, for those who don't know, yes, the Vader 2 controller only works for Android and PC, but if you want a controller, you can get the Vader 2 Pro. That also will add functionality to the Switch and to iOS devices. And it costs a little bit more, but basically the same functionality, just more devices that has compatible with. So just so that way you know, this is the Vader 2 controller. If you want, you can go online and get the Vader 2 Pro if you want to use this controller on Switch, or if you want to use it on iOS devices. Just so that way you guys won't get confused. But other than that, yeah, this is a really great controller. And honestly, like for PC, like this is great. So yeah, the Vader 2 controller, 8 out of 10. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. If you like this video, remember to give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more controller reviews. I have been reviewing quite a bit of controllers now lately, starting to get a little bit better at them, learning new things, getting better experience. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell to let you guys know the next controller review comes out. I'm actually not only working on controller reviews, but I'm also working on controller accessories that I think are very interesting and I think you guys will enjoy. So remember, if you like the controller review, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to let you guys know when the next controller review comes out. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.